All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our first multi-district virtual project fair. This one here, we get to explore projects in Bolivia. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm district governor here in District 7610, Amelia Stansel. We cover Northern and Central Virginia here in the United States. And it's an honor to be able to host this tonight and to be able to put this together. And I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. But I'd like to also say welcome to my fellow district governors and past district governors that are on the call or that are going to watch later, fellow members, both here in my district and around the world that are popping in, as well as we have some non-Rotarians that are going to join us tonight as well. So I want to say welcome to all of you to this event. That's a joint between 7610, District 7610 here, and District 4690 in Bolivia. I want to I guess first, as we're going through, give kind of a little bit of background on how we got to this point. Several of you on the screen, I joined you. I joined you on going on a wheelchair delivery project in Bolivia, the end of October and beginning of December, or beginning of November, with my husband Troy, who was over my shoulder a minute ago. And as we went through delivering projects or delivering wheelchairs to children and adults around the country, we had our eyes open to a lot of different opportunities to serve and potential projects while we were there. Fellow Rotarians took us to visit dialysis centers and burn centers and hospitals, and we saw these needs, and it really weighed heavy on me. The last day after most everybody had already left because we came late, so we stayed a couple of days late. I was laying in bed kind of praying on, okay, what am I supposed to do with what I've seen? And I felt the urge that I was supposed to do a project fair of some sort, which I've never done before. Our district hasn't done it in any recent memory, at least. But I really felt I was supposed to do this. But in order to do it, I would have to meet the District Rotary Foundation chair from the partner district from 4690. Now, those of you that aren't from Bolivia may not realize the entire country is one district. So finding the Rotary District Foundation chair is like finding a needle in a haystack. There is one person I needed to meet in the entire country to pull this off. So 2 hours later, Fernando, who you'll meet in a few minutes, zipped into the hotel and picked up Troy and I to whisk us to the hotel or to the airport. And we're like, just drop us off at the curb. We've got this. It's not a problem. It's just another airport. It's like, no, I'll take you in. I'll take you in. So he takes us in and we're standing there checking in at the airport. And he's like, Amelia, I want you to meet Nicholas. He was a Rotaractor who's now a Rotarian. I said, okay, great. Meet this guy. Where are you going? I'm going to Evanston. Oh, okay. Going to the mothership, chatting a little bit about, he's on the technology committee for Rotary International. We chatted about that. We said, oh, okay, well, let's go grab some coffee while we wait for our flight because we're on the same flight. And we talked for about an hour and 20 minutes of our hour and 30 minutes to kill. And he goes, well, what did you learn when you were here? What did you see? And so I was sharing with him some of the needs that I saw. And he said, well, if there's ever anything I could do, I'm the district Rotary Foundation chair. Like literally I needed to meet one person in the entire country, and I'm having coffee with him complaining about Rotary's technology. But we're sitting there talking about this, like this is the person I needed to meet. So we said, all right, let's have a conversation. So I put together my thoughts as we flew back up here. And I sent him like, here's the idea of doing this project fair. What do you think? And that's how we got here tonight, was really seeing a need and being Rotarians, being people of action. This is what we do. We don't just go, that's a bummer, somebody else should do that. We lean in and we say, how do we help solve this? And the way that we help solve it is by bringing in all of you and everybody who's going to watch these videos later to say, let's be part of this. So it is an absolute honor and a joy to see so many friends on here, people that have traveled with us when we went down to Bolivia, friends that I met there, new friends from around my district and really around the US. So thank you all for taking the time to be on tonight. I want to give you just a brief overview.
Thank you for all the Rotarians and non-Rotarians that are here tonight. It's a truly honor to be in this first Rotary online project fair. I would like to begin expressing my deepest gratitude for the lovely Governor District Amelia for her generosity, leadership, and commitment with service. Thank you so much. And thank you all of the presenters that today they are Rotarians that are really passionate about what they are doing, about gathering the information on their communities. They have a great understanding of what's going on in their communities. And they have created these projects that we're going to show us today, and hopefully we can engage and we can work together and make something really important, interesting, and amazing for our communities. Let me share one piece of information that I think it's quite important. In Bolivia, in this last 2 years, we are having some issues with the dollar exchange, no? So our projects has been changed a little bit, and we are working much better and doing more partnership with Rotarians from other parts of the world, no? I will give you an example. We are working on a community that is called Camargo, near Potosi in Bolivia. We are bringing a new equipment. And what we're doing is Rotarians from the United States are buying the machine in the United States, shipping it to here, and the Rotarians here are just transporting the equipment, installing and doing all the work with the people that work in the hospital. No, that is the best way we find to work with this problem that we are having with the exchange of dollars at the moment. No. Now we're going to work with Rotary Club Equipetrol. Alejandro and Susan is here, and they will explain a little bit the needs of Cabezas for an X-ray machine. Thank you, Alejandro, and Susan, all yours.
My name is Susan Ream Zapata, and I am a past president of Rotary Club Equipetrol. I am the official club translator, and the person in charge of this project is Dr. Alejandro Salazar. So I will be translating for him this evening, and questions will go mostly to him. Next, we are asking for funding for the donation of an X-ray machine for the town of Cabezas Health Center. Next, Alejandro. Alejandro. Cabezas is a small town located near the city of Santa Cruz. Our goal is to help them out with this X-ray machine. Next, Alejandro. Cabezas is about 31,000 people. It has about 9 or 10 small communities close to it. All of them have schools, farms, playing fields, and which have accidents. It's located on a highway which goes to Argentina with semi trucks, big trailers, tourists, etc. And it is a paved highway. It's about 120 kilometers, 75 miles from Santa Cruz, and takes about 2 hours to arrive there. Next, Alejandro. How did we come to this project? Dr. Salazar works in Cabezas, and the head of the health center spoke to him about his concerns in the area of health and how he would be able to solve them. And Alejandro explained to him how Rotary works. And so the director invited him to a community meeting, and where it was discussed with the local authorities as well as health workers, the different concerns. They all agreed that health and education were the main concerns, and especially health. And when they talked about health, they all agreed that the X-ray machine was a huge priority. So that's how we got involved. Alejandro asked our club if we would be willing to be involved with this project, and we agreed yes. Next, Alejandro. Alejandro conducted interviews with the director of the health center and the person in charge of town statistics. They indicated their concern it was, of course, the old, obsolete X-ray machine. And in spite of the fact that there is a room and personnel for X-rays, the machine barely functions. The X-ray quality is so poor that only obvious fractures can be seen. Cracked bones and tumors cannot be detected. Next, Alejandro. So in order to provide a better service, we need to have an up-to-date X-ray machine for all of these children, people, tourists, farm workers who need medical assistance. And to avoid having to go to Santa Cruz, which is about 2 hours away or more for people who live out in the farming communities. Next, Alejandro. So we need the equipment. It's very urgent. So we will be organizing that with the help of a local equipment provider. We also want to make sure that it's installed correctly with the local people and train the health center personnel. And we want to monitor the impact of the new machine as far as the quality of the diagnosis, as well as patient and doctor satisfaction. Next. So, provide an effective diagnostic method through the new X-ray machine to offer better and more prompt care to the population, and that they will all receive a better medical treatment. And savings of time and money for patients who are generally low income, avoiding the need for them to travel long distances due to the lack of an adequate X-ray machine. And most of these people do not have their own transportation. They will be taking several buses in order to arrive in their destination in Santa Cruz. Next, Alejandro. So here we are showing the number of patients who were referred from the Cabezas area to the city of Santa Cruz due to the lack of an adequate X-ray machine from January through August last year from the different communities. And there were 670 patients just from January through August who had to be sent to Santa Cruz because the X-ray machine is not adequate. Next, Alejandro. So these are the things that we need. We need the equipment. We need to send it, have it shipped, customs agency fees, transportation from the port to Santa Cruz to Cabezas, perhaps preparing the X-ray room. There is a room now and it's in good shape, but we don't know exactly what we might need. Materials for training sessions, supplies for the X-ray machine, and other expenses such as publicity, posting of signs around different areas, bank expenses, which we hope to avoid by paying for the machine directly in the United States, and training of the people who will be working there, and financial auditing. Next, Alejandro. Alejandro. Next.
Yeah.
Well, we lost something there. We will be having some funding from our club, only about $1,000. Also, we'll have some from the district, but mostly we'll be asking for about 82,000. Alejandro, ¿lo podés poner ahí la diapositiva que dice funding? And we will be monitoring this through.
Perdón, creo que se conectó mi internet.
Ay, caramba. So we will be monitoring this. We will be checking to see how many X-ray exams are done on a trimester basis. And the club will request these reports. We will, once we hand the machine over to the health center, to the city, they will continue to offer a contract. They paid the salary of the tech person at this time, and they will be in charge of all maintenance.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
And they will be in charge of the maintenance and the purchase of parts if necessary after the machine is installed. So this is our project, and we certainly hope that you will be interested in helping out the people of Cabezas. Thanks for your attention.
Wonderful. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Alejandro, for playing tech support behind the scenes and flipping through. I know he's also getting to play technical answers when people ask the technical questions. But what questions do you all have on this project?
Hi, Amelia. This is Christy up in Virginia.
Hey, Christy.
Can you tell me a little bit about the decision process in determining which X-ray machine is needed? I recently had been involved in pricing of a digital machine. So could you describe the machine a little bit and let me know why this machine and the cost?
Alejandro, quiere saber, la señora, cómo escogieron este modelo de máquina.